Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Now, as some of you may not have been aware, or may have been made aware, is that Anthony Joshua or his management team has decided to, or promotional company, Matchroom, they've decided to invoke their immediate rematch clause with Andy Ruiz Jr. Now, according to Eddie Hearn on his Twitter page, he has consulted with his management. They decided they're going to go ahead and go with the rematch immediately. And it's going to take place in either between November or December of this year. Date and the venue will be announced very soon. Now, let me give you my thoughts about this. I honestly think this is a bad move. And let me explain why. I know people are saying that, how can you say this is a bad move, Dan? Because if you look at history, as I always use history as my precursor, Lennox Lewis immediately rematched with Hasim Rahman, and he was able to gain his titles from him. I said, well, that's a different situation because Hasim Rahman, Lennox Lewis was beating Hasim Rahman on the cards. Two, Lewis just got caught with one good big shot. He got knocked the fuck out by that. That was it. Okay, he didn't take a beating in that fight against Rahman. He just got caught with one good shot. All right. In opposed to AJ versus Ruiz, AJ got beat the fuck up systematically in that fight. He got beat down. Took way too many shots in the fight to the point that he suffered another concussion, as reported by medical doctors. Now, this is what worries me here. It makes me wonder if Eddie Hearn is really concerned about his father's well-being here, because he took a bad beating, suffered another concussion in the process, and now you want to stick him back in there against Ruiz 6 months down the road? No, man, no. I'm just being honest with you. This is not a bad move, because if they put him back in there, now if AJ does win the rematch, maybe he can, but I just don't see how. Maybe he can, but in that process, if he does win the rematch, he's going to take another beating in the process. Based off the stylistic matchup between the two, this is a wrong style for AJ. Totally wrong. Okay. And I just think that he needs to recuperate, and he needs more recovery time before he decides to get back in the ring. And judging by this news, I have every reason to believe that his father is very angry right now, more angry than he's ever been after that fight with that fight. Because as it was initially reported, that of course, the video surfaced, he was in the ring trying to charge at Eddie Hearn for allowing the fight to happen. Based off the reports coming out that he suffered some injuries, which I predicted going into the fight. He had a concussion. He was knocked out by Joey DeWecko, of all people, okay? And the fact is that something was not right about him. His father had allegedly stated that his son suffered panic attacks in the locker room before the fight. That's why it took a long time for him to come out of his locker room. So, well, his son meaning Anthony Joshua, that is. So, I don't know, man. I just think this is a bad move, man. And I hate to be, cynical in a way. If Joshua goes through this, and if he takes another beating, which I predict he will, even if he wins or lose, I just think he can end up with major neurological problems, as Beeb had stated. Shout out to Beeb, by the way. And this is just bad in my view. And I know some people are going to disagree with me and say he could win it. I'm like, yeah, he could probably win it. I just don't see how. He could probably win it, but he's going to suffer more damage in the process. I'm telling you guys right now, Joshua is not the same fighter. After walking out of that ring, he's not the same fighter. Yeah, he may be in smiles. He may be joyful because he no longer has the pressure on him to carry the belts. But the fact is that he's not there. He's not mentally there. And something's just, something really stinks about this, man. I'm just being real. Maybe Eddie Hearn is so desperate to the point that he has to get Joshua back in there, only because that Matchroom over the last 3-4 years, I would say, has built their entire promotion under Anthony Joshua's success. Let's be real. When he goes down, and he did go down Saturday night, their situation will put him in will compromise him in a financial way. All right. So they can't afford for him to take long layoffs, from a business standpoint, because again, financial compromise. If he takes a long layoff, they can't make any more money. All right. So, well, they can make money, but it's not going to be as much as it is, under the banner, under the success of Joshua. So, I don't know, man. He could end up like Gerald McClellan or Adonis Stevenson if he goes this route. I'm sorry to say this, guys. He can. That's a possibility. Based off what I seen last night. I don't know, man. I mean, let me know. I'm just gonna drop a link to the excuse me. I'm gonna drop a link to the article below, and I'm also gonna drop a link to Eddie Hearn's tweet about the rematch clause being revoked immediately. Just a bad move in my view, man. Just let me know what you guys thoughts about this. I'm out.